Hi, everyone. I am here with our innovator in residence, David Okuniev, who is famous for, well, founding Typeform, among other things. David's going to talk to us about a new product that he's been secretly working on. David, the floor is yours.
Thanks. Well, it's not such a secret anymore, but so anyway, yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to actually spend most of the time just doing a product demo, but just before I start, just give you a few points on VideoAsk, what it is and why did we build this and kind of what are people are using it for. So, oops, hold on. There we go. So VideoAsk is a new product we've been developing at Typeform, and we launched it almost a year ago now. Before that, we were running it, so we were developing it for around 6 months, and then we launched the beta. And so I think coming up this Christmas will be 2 years since we wrote the first line of code. And today, it's now one of the fastest growing parts of our business. And obviously, this is really exciting because we are kind of exploring a totally new area here, which is video. And VideoAsk is basically an asynchronous video interaction tool. So what it is that you create a video or a series of video steps where you ask questions. You can collect answers in video, audio, text, multiple choice. You can even embed your calendar there. And basically the idea is to start a conversation or a relationship with a customer, but being video first. And then once you get that response from a customer or a new prospect, you can jump into an asynchronous conversation with them with video. So in other words, you can kind of nurture the relationship with video. It's basically a way to make business even more personal by leveraging the power of video. So why do we build this? Well, with text-based communication, there's a whole dimension that's obviously missing. With Typeform, we've gone to great lengths to try and help people get as close as they can to their customers when they're asking questions. But obviously with text, there is some limitations. With videos, you really get all the dimensions. And it's almost, what I usually say is it's the next best thing to being face-to-face. Essentially what we're trying to do is get people face-to-face as quickly as possible without having to do the whole sing and dance of writing an email, trying to get a contact. This is me, this is what I am, get in touch with me, let's start a relationship, and then I can answer via video, and then I'm face-to-face very quickly. So what is VideoAsk used for? Well, the main use cases today are lead generation and qualification, feedback, recruitment. So this is a great way for brands to recruit for people by actually seeing prospects face to face, audience engagement, obviously, and testimonials. All right, let's get straight into the demo. So I'm just going to disconnect from here. Just go full screen here. All right, so this is VideoAsk. This is Hilmar from my team. He's an Icelandic man, very funny man indeed. And this is basically the dashboard. Over here, what you see is all the interactions that are coming in to all the VideoAsks that I have across in my account, essentially. So let's start by building a new VideoAsk. And the use case I'm going to build today is a lead generation form. So I'm going to just quickly record it. Hi, welcome to this VideoAsk. What would you like to do? Hi, welcome to this video. Here I'm going to add some overlay text. Make that fade out after 2 seconds. And so the first question that I'm going to, the first answer type is going to be multiple choice. And essentially I'm going to ask them 2 things, whether they want to learn more about my business, or book some time with me. Okay. I'm going to name this video ask like demo. I'm going to collect some contact details. I can even collect a phone number, add a consent field. I can set the language. We support a bunch of languages, but you can also create your own custom language. And you can also add your own custom brand if you want. And then you can also change the colors of your video ask if you want. Okay, so here's my video ask created. This is just a one-step video ask. I'll just quickly open this up, but this is essentially a link that I can share and collect responses there. But let's continue to build this. So let's go to the form map and we'll basically add another step. And in this step, I'm going to ask the respondent to book some time. Actually, sorry, before I do that, I'm going to tell them a bit more about my business. Great, so you want to know a bit more about my business. My business is blah, blah, blah. Great, so you want to know. Okay. And this, in this step, I would have probably asked a final question where I ask them if they want to ask any questions about the business. So I'm going to assign the answer type for this step to be open, and I'm going to allow them to answer via video, audio, or text. I can even set the time limit on video and audio answers. I'm going to put like 120 seconds here. Okay, so that's my second step done. I'm going to work on my other step, which is going to be the calendar. Okay, great. Please book some time on my calendar. Okay, great. Okay, and here I'm going to set the answer type to be calendar. Just before I move on, we also have some different answer types, which is, for example, you can do a net promoter score on video ask too. So if you wanted to ask, do an NPS type survey, you could also do that. All right, so where were we? This is going to be a calendar. I'm going to put my Calendly. So I'm going to have to share my actual Calendly, so don't book any time with me unless you really want to. Okay, so here's my calendar embedded here. Okay, so now I have my three-step video ask, but I need to do some logic. So what I'm going to do, if the user chooses option A, then I'm going to go here. And if they choose option B, I'm going to go here. Okay, I also want to actually do a last step in case they actually do book some time on my calendar. I'm going to ask them if they want to just leave me a message. Hey, I'm looking forward to meeting you. Please leave a message and just to start off the conversation. All right, bye. Hey, I'm looking. Okay. This can be open-ended. All right. Okay, so that goes to there. Here I want to go to the end after this step. Okay, I think we're ready to test out this video ask. Let's see how it goes. All right, so here was the first question. Video ask. I'm going to learn more. Collect my contact details. In fact, I'm going to by the way, don't contact me on this email address. It's full of spam, so you'll be part of the spam. Great. So you want to know a bit more about my business. My business is blah, blah, blah. So here the respondent would be able to ask a question like, hey, that's really interesting. I would like to know a little bit more about blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, that's sent. I'm just going to refresh this to show you the other path, which would have been book some time with me. So let me just put another person. Great, please book some time on my calendar. Then you can book some time on the calendar. That's it. Passes the contact details through, schedule the event. Hey, I'm looking forward to meeting you. And here the respondent can just leave me a message before they meet me. Hey, I'm really looking forward to meeting you. In the meantime, I did have a question about blah, blah, blah. All right, so that's the VideoAsk setup. Just want to show you here the interaction that came through. Just refresh here. Okay, so if I just jump in here, you'll see, let's just go to this first one. So that this user clicked learn more, and I can see their
Hey, that's
their
really
video.
interesting. I would like to know a little bit more about.
So we're gonna do the reply sequence now. So now when I get a new lead into VideoAsk, I can actually reply. And as you noticed, the respondent didn't have a VideoAsk account. So basically, when I reply to them, they're going to get an email with my what we call a threaded VideoAsk, and they'll be able to continue the conversation from there. So let's actually do this. Let's do this here. Hey, David, I had one question. Why is your business doing this? Okay, so now this email will receive my VideoAsk in my threaded VideoAsk embedded in an email message. And just to show you what that would look like, if I go here, this is what they would have seen. Okay. Oops, it's not this part. It's the response here. Yeah, so this is what they would have received in an email as an animated GIF. They would have clicked on that and then it would have opened. Okay. All right, let's explore a few more things. So obviously what I've shown you is that you can share your VideoAsk as a link. No, the respondent doesn't need to have a VideoAsk account. They just have a link, just like in Typeform. You can use hidden fields, just like in Typeform, where you can pass hidden variables like contact name, email, phone number, or any custom variables if you wanted to share, for example, UTM parameters or anything like that. You can copy, if you wanted to send a VideoAsk directly from an email to start off a conversation, you can basically copy this code. So give me a sec. You can copy this code and embed it in your email. I'll just do that quickly. Basically, it embeds a animated GIF, and when the respondent, the receiver of this email receives this email, they'll click on that and basically will be able to engage with the VideoAsk. Another way to share is to basically embed it as a widget on your website. So it creates one of these bubbles, which basically when the user clicks, they can see the VideoAsk like this.
Welcome to this VideoAsk. What would you like to do?
And we provide different types of widgets, different styles. You can also add some text for a call to action. Talk to me. You can make it dismissible, play with the color. And then you can just do a straight embed. Okay. Some other settings. Some of these I've shown already. I think the most interesting thing here is probably the advanced settings, where you can get a bit more granular with how your VideoAsk looks. You can basically hide the controls if you want. You can pause the autoplay. You can oversize the video button when you get, if I do this and go to the next step, you'll see the, hold on.
Right, so you want
The video button is oversized. You can also set the transcription. Sorry, one thing to mention is that all videos are transcribed in VideoAsk. And basically, we use that transcription for search, and I'll show you the search soon. But some users, we only support a few languages. If someone wants to create a custom language, they might want to transcribe into a custom language too. So we provide a numerous amount of languages. This is basically provided via Google speech to text, and they have, like, I think over 40 languages here. Last thing that we can do is add overlay text. I don't have any overlay text here, but you can change the color of the overlay text, the background color, and also if you want to dismiss the overlay text, we provide a close button next to the text. Next up, integrations. We've kind of just got started with this. Most of the integrations are provided through Zapier, but we're starting to build native integrations. We've just launched HubSpot as a beta integration. That's actually a native integration on our side. We've got a few other native integrations like Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, Facebook Pixel. Essentially, you can connect your VideoAsk workflow into any tool in order to pass the data through. We also provide webhooks for developers if they want to push response data into their own systems. Or we also have APIs if you want to get a bit more sophisticated. For example, if you want to create videos dynamically, you can also use our APIs to do that. And then I guess final thing that I will show is the search feature. There's not much here in this account, but if I just search for a person, for example, Hilmar, it'll bring up the interaction with Hilmar, and I'll be able to show him here. Okay. Actually, one last thing to maybe mention is teams. You can use VideoAsk with your teams. So you can invite them to your account to be able to work on collaboratively. We've got more features to come here, including folders and permissions on folders. But at this point in time, you can actually invite people to your account, set them as admins or members. And that's pretty much it. So if I just go back here. I'm sharing with you a couple of things. First of all, this is a QR code. You can open a VideoAsk where you can ask me any question, and I'll respond to you via video, and you can get a feel of what it's like to be a respondent on VideoAsk. Also, I wanted to share a coupon to get 20% off VideoAsk on any plan. If you just if you purchase a plan, if you just add the coupon code meaningful, then you'll get 20% off any plan. In fact, the yearly plan is already discounted by 20%, so this is a further 20% on top of that. I guess that's it. I'm going to see if there are any questions. I don't know how much time we got left.
We're good. We have some questions, and we have quite a bit of time, so hopefully we can run through all of them. I know you.
That means I blazed through that.
No, I think you're pretty much on time. But we'll try to stick to the schedule. One question that came from Beatrice Sanferlin is, how could it be used somehow for customer support?
Yeah, so we actually use it for customer support on VideoAsk. Every support ticket is answered via video. Actually, the great thing about it is that you can get face-to-face with your customers in an instant, and you learn so much by getting videos from people instead of just are you hearing me okay? Yeah, okay, sorry, I think there's just a bit of delay in the video of myself coming back. So yeah, as I was saying, like, it's really amazing to be able to like actually talk to customers face to face through this platform. Now, like, I'm not going to say that like this is a replacement for, you know, for Zendesk if you are, you know, if you're running a big operation, but definitely for the stage of where VideoAsk is, using our own dog fooding our own product is really working amazing, just to be close to customers. And let's see how far we can take it. But yeah, face-to-face communication in this case really does help. And what one other interesting thing is that people behave quite differently when they're not doing text-based support. I don't mean like the people answering tickets, but the people submitting tickets. They just make more effort. They're more considerate. And then often, even when they send in a text answer, if you reply via video, then they respond via video. And suddenly you're face-to-face with your customer. And it's just, yeah, it's a pretty amazing experience. So yeah, I would definitely recommend trying it for customer support, because we do it.
Amazing. There's another question from a Nadia Elmrabet that's kind of similar. She's saying it's probably early, but do you already have use case studies examples? Is it similar in use / interaction to a chatbot?
There's some crossovers. Actually, we're developing something quite interesting around chatbot, but with video. That's going to be, we did an experiment like a few months ago. We launched it on Product Hunt, and we're actually building it into the product. So watch this space on that. If you want to look at some case studies, there's some case studies on our website. If you just go to use cases at the top, there's around 6 case studies around the main use cases.
Cool. Before you mentioned that you use it for customer support, and for big operations, many will work with tools like Zendesk. Does VideoAsk work with other tools like Zendesk? You showcased Calendly. What kind of integrations?
So you can easily push the information into Zendesk and create a ticket. So you can integrate it using Zapier. I wouldn't say it's a deep integration. We just launched HubSpot, and that's a deeper integration. But we are going to look at trying to integrate it closer with Zendesk, because actually, like, the Typeform main support is done through Zendesk, and we like to see how we can like combine the tools so that we can also offer video support to Typeform customers as well, maybe.
Amazing. That's really exciting. We have one last question from Amy Carlson, who's asking, what are the embed options for VideoAsk? You briefly covered it. Is there anything that we should add in addition? So,
I mean, a VideoAsk is a bit of web content, so it's a URL, so you can embed it as an iframe into a web page. So that means you can embed it into your website or into your application. It's pretty straightforward. So you can make a VideoAsk appear pretty much anywhere, even inside a native app, actually, with what's called a web view. So there's pretty much no places where it can't go. I also mentioned that you can share a VideoAsk via email or via newsletter by embedding an animated GIF, which links to your VideoAsk. And then, of course, you can just share a link. So you can even SMS a link if you want. So it's super portable, and you can use it pretty much anywhere.
I have a question for you. I'm curious because you founded one amazing tool called Typeform, and then you go on to found another amazing tool. So what I'm very curious about is, what do you eat for breakfast?
Eggs with some turkey and a slice of cheese on top and some spicy Mexican sauce. No, I don't know. I just love building things, I guess, and I just get a bit obsessive about doing it, and it's just, it never feels like work. It always feels like fun to me. So I just like solving problems. And I think like I fell into this kind of, let's say, data collection space, and or data collection / interaction space. I just want to explore it as much as possible. And so, yeah, VideoAsk just seemed like an obvious thing to do. And hopefully I'll be able to explore other areas as well within this space.
Amazing. I'm curious, we have a lot of founders who are tuning in. You teamed up with Robert in the early days of Typeform. What are some of the recommendations that you would share with up and coming founders who are trying to crunch really difficult problems?
Yeah, I guess one thing that maybe we were lacking when we first started, because we really didn't have a clue what we were doing. We were just kind of, I guess, designers that were trying to tackle a problem. And so we were missing that engineering part in the founding team. And I think it would have been nice to have maybe a third founder, which was engineering focused. It would have meant we would have built things really well from the start instead of building some monolith, which took us years to get out of. Thankfully, we're out of that now. But that's one thing I would recommend is get a good founding team that cover the areas of design, business, and engineering.
So having almost that obstacle, since you didn't have an engineer embedded, what's the...
Sorry, we had an engineer, but not an engineering
founder. Got it. Are there some aspects that you learned from that you are now bringing with you today that wouldn't have otherwise happened?
So I don't really understand the question.
So when not having that engineering founder, I imagine that you were crunching some problems that you wouldn't otherwise necessarily have, or you would have outsourced it to the engineer. Are there some learnings that you had on your journey that wouldn't have happened had that engineer been in the founding team?
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe the DNA of the company in terms of being very design focused wouldn't have sprung up as strongly. So maybe that wouldn't have happened. As you know, Typeform is design is very, and user experience is at the center of everything we do. And so maybe that wouldn't have been allowed to flourish as much. Obviously now we need to balance that with really strong engineering. But yeah, maybe it would have developed in a different way, maybe. But it's all a big maybe. By the way, I have no regrets of where we are today, so it's all hearsay.
I think you've done pretty well. I think many on this at this event would agree with you. One quick note: could you, while we're doing the session, stop the screen share so we can get more of your interface? There's a question here from a Dan Lewis. Similar to other questions, could you provide an example or two of how this may integrate into a Typeform? And your screen is still shared.
I can't find the button.
I think if you click the one that looks like a next to the sound button, there should be a little thing.
Yeah, it just says toggle full screen mode.
Weird.
So that's weird.
We will keep your screen on. But yeah, how would this integrate into a Typeform?
Hold on, if you want to see more of my face, let's see. I'll tell you what, I just put a video ask here, and then you'll see my camera. There you go. Hello.
Amazing.
All right, so sorry, what was your question? How does this integrate with Typeform?
Yeah, could you provide an example or something?
Okay, there's an Easter egg, but one caveat with it is that Typeform and VideoAsk collect data in a different way. Typeform is like a form where you fill in all the answers and then you press submit. VideoAsk works on a step-by-step basis. So after every answer, it gets submitted. So you could end up with a weird situation if you embed a VideoAsk inside a Typeform, that you may have a VideoAsk response, but not a Typeform response to a company. So that's just a caveat, but you can actually embed a VideoAsk inside a Typeform, just as if you were embedding a YouTube video or Vimeo video inside Typeform as media. So you just paste the VideoAsk URL and it just appears in your Typeform. The other thing you can do is daisy chain from a VideoAsk to a Typeform, or a Typeform from a VideoAsk, using the redirect feature, which is on both products. And you can even pass hidden fields through each product. So if you wanted to pass contact information from a VideoAsk to a Typeform or vice versa, you could do that.
Very cool. We have a couple of more questions. I'm going to try to keep them as brief as possible. We're running a little bit over time, but if you are okay, we have a question from Jane Boyd, who's asking if there's a minimum or maximum amount of time for how long the video can be.
So video steps are 2 minutes maximum. You can upload your own file. It's limited to 300 meg, so you can get a little bit more time. But what we're trying to constrain is that people record short videos, and if they have more to say, then they split them up into different steps. You can have as many steps as you want, so your VideoAsk can be as long as you want, as long as you divide it into different steps.
Very cool. Danielle Sacker is asking if there are any other native integrations on the roadmap that you can disclose.
Nothing confirmed yet, but we will build some more, that's for sure. I don't have a list of the next ones that we're going to build yet.
The last...
Well, Danielle, which one would you like to see?
Danielle, if you can write in the chat if you have any special requests, it would be amazing. Then we can potentially boost it up a little bit. We have the last question from Sachin Upal, who is the founder of GetCombi. Are you planning to add a skip button in a multi-step journey?
Hey Sachin, I recognize your name from the VideoAsk Slack community. That's an interesting one for sure. The thing is that I think we need to do some reworking of the product to make that work properly, but I wouldn't discount it off the roadmap at this point. But sorry, I'm going to have to be closed-mouthed about this, but it could be a possibility.
David, thank you so much for spending some time with us, and thanks for sharing VideoAsk and showing it off. To everyone out there, go try out VideoAsk. It's a really cool product. It lets you get in touch with your customers in a completely different way. Imagine you need a very difficult technical problem solved where you have to showcase video or images. You just do that straight up in your VideoAsk. The coupon is there. We'll also share it more broadly so that you all have access to it. Next up are actually two really cool marketers for new and upcoming startups. We'll have a break for about 7.5 minutes or so, and then we will be back. So go do whatever you need to do, and see you here in 7.5 minutes. Take care. Bye.